Okay, so I figured, with so this one happened about 10 years ago or something like that, 2010, so about 12 years ago. Something like that, obviously during the summertime because well, but I did want to state, inside here, I am not one for racial profiling. I definitely want to try to get to the physics behind a case on a thing. But you got to be careful. I suggest you watch this case. Be very careful. Now, I do believe that they are checking in. Actually, they're trying to get him for something. But the main context of what they're doing had to do with the shooting of a cop. I think. Let me be clear about everything in the universe, and what goes on before we get you a little insight about talking to this young gentleman inside here, and what you might think before you get started in anything. So I want to be clear about what's up.
I'm gonna read your rights.
But
I got a search warrant here for you. So right now I'm gonna have to read you.
there is a now again they are. Oof, man, it's nasty inside here. Why let this guy go because of this in the interrogation? Now I don't know what happened. I don't know what does. He asked for his lawyer a few times.
Where you living at?
Living 2103 21st Lane
And where would that be?
in Green Acres.
My name's John Van Houten. I'm detective with the sheriff's office. Okay. Got it? I'm required to warn you before you make any statement. You have the following constitutional rights. You have the right to remain silent, not answer any questions. You understand that?
I understand completely.
Any statement you make must be freely and voluntarily given. You understand
I
that?
understand.
I'm
You have
just
the right
building a
to the
case
presence and
log.
representation of a lawyer of your choice before you make any statement during any questioning. Got it?
All right.
If you can't afford a lawyer, you're entitled to the presence and representation of a court-appointed lawyer before you make any statement during any questioning. Got that?
Yeah.
If at any time during the interview you do not wish to answer any questions, you gotta remain silent. Understand it?
Mm-hmm.
You're privileged to remain silent. You understand it?
Yup.
Make no threats or promises. To induce you to make a statement. Everything must be of your own free will. You understand it? I'll take them off when you calm down. I promise you that, okay? Make no threats or promises. To induce you to make a statement. This must be of your own free will. You understand that?
Yeah.
Any statement can be and will be used against you in the court of law. You understand
Exactly.
it? Got it. Today's date is 6/10/10.
Build some context here.
6:32 p.m. See right here? I'm gonna put my ID number so I know I read your rights. When I take them
There's
off,
one comment in here.
we're gonna be
Somebody
monitored.
put a comment in there. It's like, I guarantee this is the daughter. This is the guy. If my daughter could date somebody, the guy she'd bring home.
This shit's behind me. I just need some water.
Why you need one?
Water.
What's wrong with you? You alright?
Yeah, I'm straight, but I'm saying I got asthma. You feel me? I need something to drink. I'm thirsty, dog. Shit, they just put me through hell, scratching me all on the ground and shit. Shit, I need some water, dog.
Alright, we'll get you some more. You get a handcuff key, we're gonna put the cuffs in front of you, okay?
You can put him where you want. You feel me? You got me locked in this shit, so shit, I can't go nowhere, so shit.
Like I said, I just wanted to make sure with the.
I want to know what everything's for.
I think he was from. There was the guy with double murder, and then obviously the black 13-year-old in there. I just wanted to throw in a white guy. I just wanted to make sure for context inside here. We were being across the board, find whatever reference. I just needed some A environment, sigma inside here about omega, the limit.
How you can do that?
We're gonna reach up there and yank it out.
Okay, so how you let that without my permission?
Got a search warrant.
What that mean?
It means I can take the hair and take your saliva.
All right, then you go ahead and take the saliva and do it, y'all. So you sure you can do that? So what I say is you can take Robert
I'm
Alvarez.
gonna read it. I'm gonna read it to you.
All right, go ahead.
He asked for his lawyer a couple of times.
Get your water so we're not interrupted here.
They don't give him one. He refuses to talk. They keep pressuring him into stuff. It's like, just take him to jail. Just take him to jail. Have the lawyer come up into it. If there's a search warrant, that's good for it. That'll come up with the law inside here. You ain't doing nothing. You might have had something, but there's no way that that's going anywhere.
Come on now, man.
You know what? It's just Russian procedure. If you're gonna get the DNA by what that means by the lawyer, then make sure the lawyer's there when somebody says something to it. And I mean, I'm not saying it for the cops. I'm sure they already know that this is 2021 procedures and shit like that. Like I said, it just seems like it was rushed. It just seems like, you know, a little bit of pride, we're gonna get away with it. A little bit of
Go ahead, look. 54, dog.
well, I don't think it'd be envy. I don't think it's gluttony. I don't think that it's vanity. It might be a little bit of vanity in there. Sloth in terms of not following proper procedures. Is it worth it to wait a few days to get the justice? Justice being blind across the board should be something that, you know, time is not really going to be a feature inside there if justice gets served. You know, if we're rushing procedures and we lose that because then there's some turnover of the case. Do you remember that one from yesterday? There was one with a girl who tried to have her husband murdered. She actually got soliciting to murder. Then she goes back to another lawyer after the case, and they try to do something through like some YouTube bullshit, and the guy's like, you know, for money and reasoning as a defense attorney, they don't care. You know, if they're more right about the law and the procedure on this, and it gets turned over by a jury like that, no. She definitely did it. She lost the case, obviously. But, you know, you have the potential to potentially have a case thrown out because of these things. You know, don't put yourself in the situation as your regular everyday Murphy. You don't want to do that. You don't want to make it worse on yourself on the other side of those things. But like a lot of these prosecutors say, you know, I don't know you, you don't know me. These things are not personal. This is because they're the gear works of the machine. And inside of there, you want to make sure that everything's inside of what this is. This is their business. This is how they make money through the state, but it's not really. I mean, it's like you shouldn't get any privilege system for it. You shouldn't be getting money through the state. You shouldn't have a personal opinion about somebody's freedoms or tattoos or wetted up with a grill inside here. I mean, yeah, I'm going to assume, you know, when you hear the entire, how do you get your money? How do you pay for this stuff and that stuff? And of course he's going to say, I got a buddy that does it. You know, inside here it's going to be the number, hey, if he's my buddy and I'm his canvas and he's making money through other people to do that, yeah, why not? You know, if you're close like that. Yeah.
Being kept or used in violation of Florida law to which
Florida, just the last few have been Florida. Just, what is going on, Florida?
1, 2, C.
What are you making over there?
Conspiracy, Florida State Statute 7.
So where that shit come from?
Through an investigation. Now, therefore, the sheriff of Palm Beach County, Florida, the sheriff's deputy,
Now look,
or any police officer in Palm
you know, the
Beach
guy's already been in jail once. This is what the product of the system outputted.
with the permission of
He hadn't been out for that long from the juvenile system to be out, and then, you know, they're trying to throw him right back in.
You want me to read any?
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Me personally, it's like, look, my opinion on the guy is, you know, it's like, I don't want him dating my daughter. I don't want him dating a friend of mine. I don't want that anywhere near this, but I can't, when I look about the business economics of it, you know, I have to look at the product of this situation and go, okay, how do I make money off of this situation by reasoning of how I could change the law that benefits me, not directly by monetary gain, but potentially an application for a job. Potentially for, you know, benefiting some lawyer, senator, congressperson, or otherwise that says, look, this is what we are, this is what we have to go about changing in terms of what we're creating a result for. I mean, obviously, if it didn't do anything for it, well, that you can't tell me that's because he's a career criminal. If the larger portion of what would have been a developmental part of adulthood inside here was still portionally defined by being in the correction system, but not correcting a thing. You know, we're making more of a problem than a solution inside of what this is. And, you know, if we wanted to, you know, how can you chase somebody that would have been in the margins of correction to stop the margins of that thing being the tipping on this thing? We have a problem in 2021. You know, maybe not regionally. I mean, drugs are always going to be an issue, but inside here, we have to be looking at this a little bit more seriously. Again, I don't know who's out there who listens to my stuff. Doesn't really matter. And again, I just wanted to touch this in here.
Jump in the shower while y'all start doing the saliva thing.
Where the fuck you gonna get a shower around here?
Ain't no shit. There's a fucking shower over here. Let me get naked and go fucking shower somewhere. Look at all.
Fucking crazy.
Suggest you watch.
Damn, the niggas fucked me up. So I got on the ground and all the other niggas just.
Okay. I can't. No, you have to do it. I can't touch none of it. I gotta explain to you. Just rip this right here. Rip this right here. See those two sticks in there? See how it's a stick and it's cotton swab there? Listen to me now. And put it in your mouth like you're brushing your teeth and put it all up in your gums and shit. And then put it right back in here. Okay? You want me to do it? I can't touch the sticks though. You gotta do it.
Both of them?
Yeah, you take them both. You can touch them. Pull it out.
He asked for his lawyer.
Brush your teeth.
They said, no, you have to give me this warrant right here. I don't have to, yeah, I mean, you shouldn't have to answer the questions without that system there. This easily could have waited until a lawyer was there for that search warrant to be issued inside of what it was. That would have been the big side in here. They asked him for five different points of hair, pubic hair, everything. You know, that seems a bit odd and obsessive, but all right, you know, maybe the genetics in, you know, one hair follicle didn't do it, plus this, you know, it's DNA.
Break it in half.
Just spit in a cup. I mean, honestly,
Oh, that's cool. Just put it in. Put it on.
You said break it, bro.
I'm trying to clone him or something. At any rate, it was. I'm a bit biased, and I suggest you go watch this. I'm not going to make you sit through my analysis of this video or whether what it is. They don't get to a single point where they ask him a question about where he was. Well, they kind of do, but he shuts it down. I don't want to answer that question. I want to talk to my lawyer. Take me to jail. And they do. They really kind of violated his due process in there. It's not about my feelings. It's not about your feelings. This is about quantum mechanics. This is about process. This is about doing those kinds of things. I know I'm a bit biased inside of here, and I'm trying my best to learn. I'm trying my best to sit in here and idealize some of the harder, nastier cases inside of what it is. I think when you know, murders are pretty high up on the home invasions and stuff like that, are pretty high on the standards, where I'm not trying to say, hey, we should let him go for this. That is not my intention. It's not my intention for anybody of any race or what do they call it? Divinity? At any rate, you know, religious, but whatever. Anything inside of there, I don't want to. I'm not trying to do that, but we have to do something to correct this. We have to make sure that. I know with last night I was doing one about Heather's Law, about the marital privileges of a wife, not to answer. She invoked her marital principles on a guy that shot a guy in the face and he had brain damage. Ryan and Heather would have been the case that I was watching the other night about that. And then they changed the law. They wanted to make sure that comes up for something like a homicide or a home invasion, that there would be a way that after that information was presented, it just couldn't be thrown out of court, which is totally sensible. And you know, we got to find that gem in here somehow. We got to make sure for these situations that doesn't happen. Or, you know, how do we idealize that is not necessary, or that is a function inside here that is applicable. So check it out. Catch you on the next one.